What's up, everybody? I am BK, BKBangers.com. Welcome to another episode of Sample School Sundays, episode 43. This week's episode, this is the second episode. Hopefully you caught that episode earlier today that aired at 8 a.m. This episode, I got a sample from, not even sure, I don't remember exactly where. I was digging through my hard drive and I found this sample. Okay. It's called Tristar. It's from an artist by the name of Andy Clark. I started with the sample inside of the MPC. I'm using the MPC as a plugin inside of Studio 1.3. Now, I started with the sample to chop it up inside of the MPC, but the timing was all off, right? So I have the, first, let me mute the drum. So I have the sample here in the MPC. But the time stretch mechanism that the MPC uses is not on the level of Serato sample or Studio One. There's a time, it's called, what is it called again? It's called, I want to word it correctly. It's called Elastic Pro. But why is it not on Elastic Pro? You see, that might be why I'm having these difficulties. It's on the MPC least CPU, and usually what I usually have it on, since they released the MPC 2.0 software, was Elastic Pro, and you get the best sound. See, that might be why I'm having these issues, but I'm not going to switch it for right now. I'm going to leave it because I want to showcase what it is. So this is the sample. I put it in on an audio track and was slicing, making my own, slices. So I'll play that for you. All right, so that's not what I was working with. I didn't really want to work with that because it was a little, sounded real crazy for the most part. So this is the sample. That's the sample, and I chopped it up in different parts. The main part that I used was that beginning part though, and I use it as a loop. And then I went to the middle section, I took a part there, and then I went to the end section and I put a part there, and then I put it all together. And I did all of that inside of Studio One. And I made the sample track and I chopped it up and I did what I did. So these are the drums that I use. Yeah. Then with the sample, we get this. what I did was, because I had different sections of how I chopped it, I switched the how I played the drums in sequence 2, and that was this section. I want to make sure though. Yeah, that was that section. So it's a little off the way how I chopped it and I sliced it. It was a little off, and that was purposely done because someone commented under last week's video, the Mary Jane sample video, that they sampled that I'm making house beats and nobody want to hear that trash and my drums are off. And you know, I touched on it in the last video today. I'm touching on it again because, you know, I had to delete the comments because it was too vulgar. So for lack of not really having the comments to read back, basically what Son was trying to say is that I'm making my city look bad, or our city, because, you know, he from my city and my songs or my videos should be more banging with the name that I possess, BK Banger, bkbangers.com. You know, he went on to say a bunch of different stuff, and he ended it with you know, maybe you need to make more bangers and I'll probably get you placed. Really? Anyway, so I purposely chopped it this way and left it off time because it's all about a groove, and sometimes the offness causes a groove. So this is the offbeat sample. So again, I purposely, you know, left it off just for the sake of, you know, trolling. So this is it with the drums. Purposely done there, and it sounds loud because this version that I'm playing for you right now is unmixed. I did bounce down everything out of the MPC and, you know, organized it and mixed it down, and I'll play that for you later on. But my favorite part of this beat is from sequence 3. Which sequence 3 is, what's sequence 3 again? Sequence 3 is this one. I'm gonna mute the drums and I'm gonna play just the sample. That offness again. But so with the drums, it sound like this. what I did with those with the drums and that sample, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn off the MPC. I'm going to remove it from Studio One for right now. Now, I'm kind of iffy about playing it because I have plugins that's gonna trip out the recording. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pause the recording, and on the flip, I'm gonna have the track mixed down. When I say mixed down to a 2-track with all the plugin effects. Therefore, it won't lag the video recording. So catch y'all on the flip side of that. What I just remembered is that I had the effects turned off. So I'm gonna play it without the effects first, and then on the flip, I will play you with the effects.
BKBangers.com.
So on the flip, I'm gonna play it for you with the effects already mixed down. And yeah, catch y'all on the flizzy. So I have the track bounced down to a 2-track mix down. When you bounce it down to 2-track, it writes it with all the effects, the plugin effects that you may have on each individual track. You know, your kick, your snare, your instruments, your sample. If you have anything on the master track, it bounces it down as well. And again, the reason why I'm doing that is I'm gonna do it anyway, but for recording purposes, some of those plugins are CPU heavy, and it causes the video recording to actually lag and distort. So, you know, long story short, it's hell of a work when you're editing it down, right? So my workaround from now on is to just bounce it down to 2-track, and that takes away from the CPU intensiveness. All right, so this is the track mixed down. And what I did was, you can see these are different sections. It's grayed out right now, but there are different sections where I pulled away from, I subtracted certain sounds and I added certain sounds in different sections, you know, to give that vibe. And again, the offness of the some parts are done intentionally as a troll, because I'm trolling homeboy from my town. that claims he could get me a placement. That was really funny. Thank you. If you know what I mean? If you can, I appreciate it. But whatever. What you gotta understand is sometimes the artists don't even, it's a vibe. So when an artist, a rapper, a singer, they hear it, they're not even paying attention to the offness of a beat. You know, whenever you make a beat, it's all about creativity. So that offness that you may speak of might just be what that artist gravitated to. So enough of me gibbering. That's the beat for the most part, all hand sliced. You know, I picked those sections and made them loop in a way that it created the groove to the song. I didn't use Serato sample. I didn't use the MPC to chop them up. I sliced each individual part of the sample in which I wanted to play inside of Studio One 3. So if you have Studio One 3 and you're a sample-based producer, just get with it, man. You can sample or, you know, cut up your samples inside of Studio One. And again, the offness of it is just, you know, it's the groove. And the real offness of those claps and the snares was done intentionally for trolling purposes. So I'm gonna play you guys this part of it and close out. Alright, y'all, so that is my time. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. I want you guys to enjoy your Sunday, enjoy life, and don't pay attention to the comment sections under your any of your social media profiles, because some people just get in the comment section because the Lord gave us digits, and we're able to type away our feelings. And maybe son was in a bad mood. He claimed that he been meaning to tell me about myself for quite some time now, because he tunes in, and I thank you for tuning in. But my house beats are off and they trash, so I need to pull them down off of YouTube. I don't know who gave him the authorization to tell me that, but he authorized himself to tell me that, and I thank you for your constructive criticism. The vulgarity of it wasn't necessary, and again, the only reason why I erased the comments, if you're seeing this and you see it and then you go back to the comments and you don't see the comments anymore, the reason why I erased it is because sometimes children watch these videos, and the reason why I know that is because I pay attention to the backlog, and I see but I can see the age range of who's watching from who's not watching, and I have an audience of 13-year-olds to 21-year-olds and older folk. But those 13-year-old may be not even 13, they may be younger than that, and they lied about their age to create a YouTube profile, or their parents allowed them to, or they're even younger than that and their parents allowed them to watch, or they're watching with their parents, and their parents is watching but they're actually reading because they're at the age where they're paying attention to words, because they're writing in school. And the only reason why, again, I'm mindful of that is because I'm a parent. So I know what children is paying attention to. Alright? So the vulgarity of it is what caused me to erase that. That's enough for me ranting and raving. Thank you to all the haters out there. I salute you. I appreciate you. It's motivating. And yeah, man, just do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time, next week, next episode. If you haven't already caught episode 42, go check episode 42 out. It's currently available for your viewing. And again, run through the catalog. Some of them ain't the greatest, but you might learn something, because this is why I share the screen. It's not about performing and showing off the MPC live. It's not about that for me. It's about being able to showcase something for you guys, because again, when I started out just wanting to know how to just maneuver, a lot of those kind of videos wasn't really there. You get videos with people beating on drum pads on their MPC, but they weren't really explaining, what they were doing or how to go about doing something. So again, this is why I do this. All right, so catch y'all next week. Enjoy your Sunday. Catch y'all next week, man.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. Love and light for real. Next week. Peace.